we're not trying to deal with what's going on.
We are.
We are. We really are, and we have been in the background. And I'm not going to say anything I'm not going to say anything on YouTube at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So yes, it is it's quite a serious vlog, this one, to be honest. I've had a little bit of an issue, and Ben is the one that's causing it, aren't you, Ben? That's right, Ben and Zoe, in actual fact, causing me hassle. I know. All I tried to do was get on with my day. You know, yesterday was my birthday. They chose yesterday to bring out a hate campaign against me, sending all sorts of people my way, right? So without further ado, let's look at what exactly they said and just why it affected me in the greatest possible way.
So anyway, guys, before we wrap the video up, we just want to address something, obviously, that's been happening to our channel over the last couple of weeks.
Really, what's that, Ben? Is it the views? The views are going down, I know. It happens to all of us. We all have a peak and then it just goes down after a while. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. You will recover, I'm sure.
Just through the amount of comments that we've had in support, so supportive comments. Also letting us know about videos that are being made about us.
Videos, Ben? How dare they? How very dare somebody come and make videos on the famous Sullivan family? You know, I know who it is, but I should have had it. I should have clocked it straight away. It's BBC, isn't it? They've been making those damn videos again, BBC. Channel 5. And what's that weird channel that you were on that time? Truly, was it? What the hell? You're right. So, yeah, I mean, they have been making videos. Did you even invite them when they came with their little camera crew? I bet they just invited themselves, didn't they?
Driving hate towards our channel.
Oh, but Ben, the thing that you must realise by now that I didn't need to drive any hate towards your channel, right? The hate was already there. I just kind of, you know, brought it out of its shell a little bit. That's all. It was already there. Trust me. I didn't need to persuade anybody or even influence anybody to hate on your content. No, seriously, it was seriously already in full flight. This hate campaign.
As you know, our channel, we try and stay as positive as possible. I mean, we do share our life and we share the ups and downs, and sometimes there's good times and sometimes there's bad times.
Yeah, it's not really the fact that you share your lives, right? It's not that at all. It's the fact that you share your kids' lives, right? And half of those kids don't even want to be on film, and yet you still vlog them. You still vlog them. And then the ones that do consent to it, they don't know what they're consenting to, and that is the issue, right? And it's not the fact that you vlog. If you want to vlog your lives, you two, go ahead, go for your life, do it yourself if you want to. But you know, the rest of them, they don't need it.
You know, and we try and share all of that with you, and honestly as well. We try and be as honest as possible.
And I appreciate the honesty, Ben. Honesty goes a long way, in actual fact. If you just be honest with your fans and with the people who watch you, then, you know, good things will happen. Except in the case of family vloggers who just can't do any right because, you know, basically family vlogging is wrong. And if you think it's right, then you need a long, hard look at yourselves, right?
The problem we get is when we get a lot of hate and a lot of trolls, is that takes us away. It takes us away from what we want to do, which is to create content for you guys, to share our life with you.
And the trolls are getting in the way of you sharing your kids' lives? God damn those trolls, right? God damn them. I can't understand why people just automatically assume somebody with a different sort of opinion is actually just a troll, you know? They're not necessarily a troll, they just have a different opinion to you, right? And the opinion that I have, along with a lot of other people, and the majority of people online these days, in actual fact, is that family vlogging, sharing your kids' lives without their consent, without their informed consent, which is important, and without, well, just sharing every bit of them and pimping them out to all sorts of predators online. Yeah, we think as a society that that is wrong. Ben and Zoe thinks as a duo that that is right, and there's a few oddballs in their little comment section, half of which I'm sure are actually Zoe and Ben themselves, and half of the kids, right? Because, you know, surely they can't have that many fans backing them on exploiting their kids and offering their children to people. You know, it's weird, isn't it? It is weird, and I'm not wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'm not wrong on this one though.
And I'm talking to you guys here that really support us. You know, you're always supporting us. We get lovely comments from you guys, and it really helps us out. It really strives us on.
Don't you think though? Don't you sit there of an evening, Ben, and just think to yourself, I wonder who these people are that specifically want to watch my children play. They specifically, and some of them even ask for certain children to be viewed more often, don't they? Isn't that right? Am I right? I am right, aren't I, Ben? They actually ask for specific children. Why would an actual adult say, Ben, can you show us more of Agnes, please? I want to see a bit more of the old Agnes. Right? They don't. I mean, that's wrong, isn't it? That's gotta be wrong. No matter which way you look at it, it's wrong. And you as a father would turn around and say, yeah, I'll show you a bit more of Agnes. Which part of her would you like to see? You know, that's essentially what you're doing, isn't it? And yeah, if somehow that's normal in your life. Bizarre.
So what we don't ever really want to do is give these people airtime on our channel. We don't want to give them airtime. I don't want to waste my time with them, to be honest with you.
Thing is, Ben, I'm not trying to get your attention. I'm trying to get your supporters' attention, and I think it's working, right? I do. I think it's working. I've had quite a few of them over on my channel, and I've had some former fans. Can I call them fans of you? Sulky fans. Yeah, I've had a few come over and join me, in fact, which takes away from you and your views, which is kind of my objective, not to get your attention necessarily.
They don't mean anything to us. Anybody that's got to get their kicks from making other people miserable has got some serious issues.
See, that's the confusion that you have, Ben. You're assuming that I'm out here trying to make other people miserable. I'm not out here trying to make people miserable. Am I trying to make your kids miserable? Am I trying to expose your kids to everything and everybody? Am I trying to show where your kids live? Am I trying to show where your kids go to school? No, I forgot. You're the one that does that, right? So who is the one who's trying to make their lives miserable, right? I'm the one that's trying to make things better. If you're miserable because I'm trying to do something good, then, you know, that's on you, really, isn't it? Stop doing bad things. That's, you know, that's the only advice I can give you.
As far as we're concerned, especially when it affects your daughter as well, who's just trying to set up a little business for herself.
Oh, I'm not taking the blame for that one. I wholeheartedly don't take the blame for that one whatsoever, you know, because in fact, if you watch back to when I mentioned it briefly in my video, I actually defended your daughter's right to have her own business, and my personal viewpoint is that she's actually pretty good at what she does, and, you know, she has every right to make a go of it herself. But the only issue that I personally would have is that your kitchen is a little bit nasty. You know, it's not the best. It has a lot of possible cross contamination, you know, cat hairs and things like that. Isn't your cat litter box in the kitchen, that sort of thing? And from what I've seen, your entire house is pretty grotty, right? I would be a little bit concerned. That's the only concern that I have, by the way. If fix that, it's fine. I don't really care, you know. Get some. I mean, she has every right to make a go of it, and I did not tell anybody anything otherwise. I didn't say, you know, we've got to get this stopped, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. Now, everybody else, as I said, you already have a band of people who dislike you, with or without me, right? So they, you know, I'm sure they managed to come up with it themselves.
So we've had local people around here phoning up environmental health.
So these people, these trolls who have apparently ruined your daughter's business, they're local people. So I would say not trolls as such, possibly maybe people who have seen you out and about and actually dislike you as people, maybe. It could be. Just an option. I don't know.
Subsequently, to be honest, ironically,
it's actually helped us out.
It's helped us out massively. So thanks very much. Because now Alan, sorry Zoe, go on.
No, now we know what we need to do properly.
Yes.
So we were a bit unsure before, but now we know exactly what we need to do, and have started doing. You know, have had them. We need an inspection, but they've come round and they've seen and they're happy with everything. But obviously, we need to do it all above board. So we've applied for the licences we need to apply for, and
So you were going to start this business from home, and you didn't have all the licenses and all the registrations and everything else that you needed to have. So the people who complained about it were right. I'm a little bit lost for words on this one, Zoe. I really am. So you're complaining that they complained about you, but they were actually right in complaining because you didn't have everything in place already. I got the mind boggles.
You know, the rest is obviously Isabel already has like food hygiene safety certificates and stuff from school because she does it at school.
Is that a thing? Right, okay, so maybe somebody out there knows a little bit more than I do on this situation, but if she has health and safety certificates, food hygiene or whatever that she's done at school, does that actually count? Is that an actual like thing that she can take into, or does she have to do another like official course, not just one that's part of her schoolwork?
So we just need the stuff to go with the house now.
Yep.
But you know,
and if we need food hygiene certificates, we'll get them as well. So, but as far as the local environmental health are concerned, they are happy. They are very happy with what's going on. They are very happy with the kitchen.
Had a bit of a clean around, did you, before they came? Did you? I'm sure that happened, isn't it? So, yeah, you're going to have to keep it, that level of cleanliness. You're going to have to not put the cat litter tray in the kitchen. You're going to have to not allow the cat to climb on the surfaces. You're going to have to not allow the kids to sit on the surfaces. There's a lot of things you're going to not have to do. In fact, you're probably going to have to move your leopard fox photo studio out of the kitchen, because that's probably not going to be very safety conscious if there is a chef in the kitchen trying to do her chefing work or baking. And yeah, you know, keep it clean and you'll be fine, but I don't hold out too much hope.
They're very happy with what our plans are for Isabel and her little business. And we've done all the applications that we need to do. So
it's helped us know what we need to do and what we don't need to do. So, you know, in some ways it's done us a favour.
To be honest, it's something that we were going to do anyway.
But she started trading before you'd even looked into what you need to do, because actually, from what I've read, registering, which is free, by the way, registering as a food business from home or from anywhere else is a legal requirement. You actually have to do it. It's free and they can't refuse you. So you didn't do that though, did you? You didn't think to check to see what the legal requirements were, because anyone with half a brain would would actually realise that if having some form of food hygiene or some sort of legalities would be a necessity to have a food business. In fact, your daughter probably should know that if she's taken a course on the very subject.
We're going to research into it and get in touch with the council and see what we had to do. It's just hurried it along a little bit. So the 5 people that shopped Isabel
at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. Funny how that happened all at the same time. Yeah. For the 5 people that shopped her to a 16-year-old, by the way, to environmental health. Well done for that.
I hope you feel good
about it.
See, the thing is, whilst I didn't personally do it, I wouldn't have done it personally. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't have, as you said, shopped a 16-year-old, right? But on the other side of the coin, just because she's 16 doesn't mean that she gets a free pass when it comes to legal stuff, especially surrounding food and food safety and food hygiene and things like that. It is, it's quite a serious thing, making sure that people don't die. It's just, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I have high standards.
Anyway, like we said, those that know that there's a guy out there. I'm not even going to mention the guy because it's just not worth it, to be honest with you.
That was quite aggressive, that was, Ben. He's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I felt quite personally attacked there. Well done. I think I might back off now. Going back into my corner.
He's making videos about us all the time. Yeah. Now, for us to do anything about that or deal with the trolls that come onto our channel and put horrible comments on, that would literally take us away from creating the lovely content that we like to create.
Lovely content, is it? It's incredible content, I've got to say, but it's the way that you think that it's creating content for you guys, the fans, even though it's using your kids. That's the point. Yes, you and Zoe invariably have your own little segments where you talk about nonsense. If you want to talk about nonsense, do that in your own time, that's fine. But then you have the segment where you're filming your kids, because that's what some people want to watch, is your kids. And as I said, it's quite weird that people want to do that. You don't seem to mind, though, which is even weirder.
Sharing with the real supporters of our channel, the real supporters of our social media, the real supporters of our family, the real people that are out there that support us. And
oh, but I do support your family, Ben. I just don't support you and Zoe. I just don't. I can't get behind what it is you are doing. But I do support your family in terms of trying to protect them, whereas, yourself won't.
Support us with comments, support us with, just, what I mean. You guys out there that genuinely support our channel and watch us for the right reasons, we love you all and we can't thank you enough. And
you say you can't thank them enough. You say that you love them all. You say this and you say that, but I never once see you or Zoe in the comments replying to people saying anything. You don't talk to them, you don't reply to them, you don't thank them, you don't do anything. You just ignore them. I can't imagine how they must feel about that. I mean, I know sometimes life gets in the way. I try my best personally to reply to comments if I can. Quite often there's a lot of comments. That's right, I get a lot of comments on my channel, Ben. But I do try. Yesterday I tried so hard to reply to every single comment that was wishing me a happy birthday, because people went out of their way to do that. So I went out of my way to do something nice back, which I think was to reply. So you don't do anything ever to say thank you to your fans. I don't understand why you don't do that.
It's not that we're not aware of what's going on. It's not that we're not trying to deal with what's going on. We are. We really are, and we have been in the background. And I'm not going to say anything on. I'm not going to say anything on YouTube at all.
You know who you sound like, Ben? Do you realise who you sound like? And I can't for the life of me think why you'd want to sound like him. That's right, you sound like a certain Mr. Christopher Ingham. I know. It's been dealt with in the background, guys. It definitely has been dealt with in the background. We're doing things you don't know. We don't need to know. The police are involved, but we're doing things in the background. Absolutely. And do you know what? Do you know what? To back up my point, just look who recently, for those who don't know, Chris Ingham's wife Sarah, right, is she's here. Her most recent followers from the most recent people who she is following, rather, she started following our lovely Zoe. That's right. Why, pray, would Sarah Ingham, with, be wanting to follow Zoe? Seriously. They have nothing in common, right? Except for the fact that they both pimp out the kids. There's no reason for Sarah to follow Zoe. They've never had any interaction that we know of, ever. Nope. But they've started following each other. Isn't it fair to assume, then, that somewhere in the background, as you like to say, is most likely to be some sort of DMs going on there, and a little discussion going on about how you can best stop this ragamuffin of a raccoon, isn't it? That's what you think. And Sarah said to you, oh, tell your fans that there's something going on in the background. That'll stop them. Absolutely, I can't. It's just too much. Sorry.
So we've been dealing with it in the background and we're making moves now to try and sort it out. But the thing is,
Are you indeed? You're making moves to sort things out in the background. Yeah, what, pray, are these things that you are sorting out in the background, Ben? Because as far as I'm aware, I haven't done anything legally wrong, right? I haven't even doxed you. That's right, I haven't doxed you. You, on the other hand, have. You've doxed yourselves many times, right? I haven't even done that. I've never shown where you're... In fact, I go to great lengths not to expose where you live, right? I don't mention your town name. I don't mention locations, anything. I try so hard, but you don't. You make it so hard for me, right? I blur out your kids when they're in any form of position. You put them in all sorts of compromising positions. So that could be construed by the wrong people as, like a present to them, right? And, legally, I don't know if that's illegal to do. I think it's called sex trafficking. That's why. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I've done anything that you can get. You know what I suggest you do, right? Okay, because I'm sure that if anything's happening, you'll be going down this route. It's called a cease and desist letter, which if you've been with Chris, he'll tell you it's a waste of time, but he will maybe suggest you do that. But I will go one better and suggest this, right? Don't go to a lawyer, because it costs a fucking fortune, right? It costs absolute fortune. Don't lawyer up, because as Chris will mention, it doesn't work, right? It's a waste of money. It costs like thousands, right? And you didn't get anywhere with it. So what you want to do is you want to get on your little typewriter, okay, and you want to put dear blah blah blah. I want you to stop doing what you're doing, otherwise I will take further action against you. It's called a cease and desist letter, right? So if you do that yourself, then that is legal, right? You can legally do it yourself. You don't legally need to go through a lawyer to do it, right? So I'm giving you a little piece of legal advice so that it saves you a bit of money. See, see where we are both different, Ben. I don't mind giving you free advice that's going to save you money. I'm here to help you out. I told you that before, but you won't listen. You just keep thinking that I'm a hater and I'm a troll and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm not. I'm here to help. Don't worry.
If we give it any more airtime, then it kind of supports these people and it makes them feel better about themselves.
No, Ben. You are not going to make me feel better about myself just for being kind enough to respond. I actually do appreciate this video that you've put together, but it's not the reason I do what I do. It's just, you know, making me feel better about myself would be more people knowing about what you're doing and more people understanding why what you're doing is wrong. If I can get 1 or 2 more people away from your channel, that would be nice. You know, that's my ultimate aim, not those bloody ridiculous trolls that come over from your channel to my channel, which are probably Zoe, right? But the actual supporters, the ones that think that pimping out your kids is right now, I want to turn that around so that they think it's wrong, because it is wrong.
Which is what we don't want to do, to be honest. So thank you so much for letting us know all about the comments that come on. And if we don't remove the comments, it's not that we're not bothered by the comments. The problem is if we were to spend all that time filtering our videos and going through the comments and removing comments and all that kind of stuff, we just wouldn't have any time for anything else. We wouldn't have any time to make the videos that we make. We wouldn't have time to edit the videos. We wouldn't have time to do our social media and all the important things, the stuff that's important to us.
I get you, Ben. I get you. I mean, as somebody who also makes YouTube videos, would you believe, I understand about having to remove comments and get rid of people and things like that. You think that I have never had trolls on my channel? I've had the worst kind of trolls on my channel, Ben. The worst, right? Far, far worse than yours. I trust me, even. You know, but at the end of the day, people get bored, right? They get bored after a little bit. Unfortunately for you, probably not. But, you know, you remove them, you can block them, and you can filter certain words if they bother you. There's certain things you can do, you know. I'm sure you must know this by now. Again, I told you, I'm all about the help, right? I'm trying to help you out on this as one creator to the other, right? So, yeah, it's not impossible. You do things in order to make your life a bit easier, right? And filtering out your bad comments is actually an essential part of YouTubering, if you like, because people don't want to see a comment section full of shit and trolls and hate comments, because it's not very inviting for people to come and comment. So it's going to harm your channel in the end.
And making our content for you guys out there that really, really support us. And we love you all to pieces. I mean, you've donated over £700 towards the charity that we're trying to support. I mean, I couldn't even imagine getting over £700 in 1 month. Honestly, I can't thank you all enough for that support.
Obviously, that's been brought up in videos.
Apparently, we're supposed to sell everything, and we're supposed to be, you know.
But you know, the fact of the matter is, people know why we're doing it. People know why. You know, it's not just about us giving what we can, which we do and we will. Mm-hmm. It's about, you know, having the platform to be able to encourage others to do the same.
Yeah.
So I actually agree with you to a certain extent, but I have said it before, it's a very dangerous game you're playing, trying to juggle the whole earning money off your video and telling people to donate for this cause, when you are using your platform, that particular video you're using to make money yourself. And there's no mention anywhere that that video will be donated. You know, the revenue from that video really should be donated. If you're using the cause in order to make money yourself, you should be donating it.
Others that are in maybe a more fortunate position than, you know, like we said before, you never know
too far away.
You never know when you might need help as well.
Yourself.
So you know, nobody needs to go without. You know, at Christmas, no child should be going without, should they? So, you know, if you're in a position where you can help. And you know, we always, like we said before, we normally try and do something, but
the thing is, Zoe, that on your link tree, for anybody that's looked here, you'll see that you have a link for the Cash for Kids, right? To donate to Cash for Kids. By the way, change that font colour or the button colour. It's dreadful, right? So you've got the Cash for Kids link, but a little bit further down on the same link tree, you also have it support the Sullivan family, where you can also donate to the Sullivan family as well, up to the price of 50 quid if you wish to. But that's on the same segment as telling people to donate to Cash for Kids as well. So you see where there could be kind of a conflict of interests there when you're saying, right, donate, and you click the link tree and there's donate here, donate there. You know who you're donating to.
This year we were set on doing more.
Yes.
You know, it just felt like we could do more with the platform that we've got.
And bring a bit of positivity and a bit of joy to people's lives, rather than trying to destroy their lives all the time. You know.
The other thing is, we don't like focusing on the negative.
No, not at all.
Too much, and there are a lot of negatives, and there are a lot of negative people, and sometimes, especially the last couple of weeks, I've felt myself, I haven't been able to
be yourself,
concentrate properly and be myself properly, because all of this has been in the back of my mind. And I know people sort of say things like, you know, well, it's just ignore it and all of that, and we do try really, really hard. And then other people say, you know, it's just other people's opinions. That other people's opinions don't bother me. You know, if we all have different opinions, I have different opinions, then I have different opinions than some of the kids sometimes. You know, especially the older ones, we all have different opinions.
Well,
about
we have
things.
different opinions on things.
We have different opinions.
So
it's not anything to do with that. I appreciate, you know, but it's when those opinions aren't just opinions, they slide over into nastiness. And then there is obviously the nasty comments as well, and those are the things that bother you. So it's not about having a difference of opinion and people not being able to put across there's nothing to do with that.
The thing is, Zoe, it is just an opinion for the most part. I can't speak for everybody, but my opinion is that you shouldn't pimp out your kids, and you shouldn't exploit your kids, and you shouldn't expose their privacy, right? You shouldn't exploit and expose where your kids go to school or where they live and putting them at danger on a daily basis, because that is what you do. And I don't think my opinion in this is entirely wrong. I mean, yes, I may sometimes go a little bit overboard with my kind of opinions or aggression a little bit sometimes, and some people don't appreciate it, and some people don't know why it is I'm saying these things. They just think that it's a hate. It's hate, a jealous hater. You're so jealous, you're such a hater, right? But that's not entirely true. I'm not jealous, obviously, of your life. I don't even get me started. I don't want your life, honestly, seriously, right? But I do what I do in the way that I do it because I feel it's the best way of me doing it, and that's my opinion. Maybe your opinion is that I should go a bit lighter on you. Maybe your opinion is that I'm being a bit harsh, right? And maybe I am being a bit harsh, but my opinion is that I'm not. But the overriding factor is that you are doing something wrong, and I'm calling you out for it. And that is it's not even an opinion, really, if I'm being honest with you. I think you'll definitely have to concede that you are in fact doing something wrong, right? So there we go. That was Ben and Zoe had a little rant there at the end. That was quite good, wasn't it? I quite enjoyed that. I can get my, you know, get right behind these sort of vlogs, you know, that do more of these and more people might watch. You know. Anyway, please let me know if you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, so that I can bring out more of these type of contents and expose the Sullivans again. Sorry, Zoe, I can't stop. Please stop, and I'll stop. That's the only advice I can give you. Anyway, until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.